Hello, everyone. How is everyone? Don't mind my do. It's kind of all over the place tonight. Let's not mind the do. Sorry, the lighting is horrible. The lighting is so bad tonight because I need more USB ports. Um, I just ordered the USB ports, so hopefully they'll be coming in. Sorry, I'm trying to take out my hair. Um, Hopefully they'll be in by Friday so I can have better lighting because I don't have enough USB ports to do it. Ow. So let me say hello to everybody as I just ripped out my hair. Hey, Gingerlock's mom, misdemeanor, sunny side up. Let's see who else. That's it so far. Hello, hello. How is everybody? Uh, how's everybody's day been? Hey, Mandy. I bet you everybody's been stressed with the election stuff, huh? I have been refusing to watch. I can't do it. Hold on, I'm gonna look at something. Let me see if something's right. I'm freezing all of a sudden too. Okay. All right. Hey, Cypress, Samara. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Come hang out with me. I talked this morning. Hey, Nunya. I know a lot of people have been stressed out today. That's why I refuse to watch. You never know. It can go to the bitter end. Don't give up hope yet. Hey, Galloway. Good to see you, darling. So, this morning I had talked about doing a crime that I have been working on. Well, I decided to scratch that live tonight. Um, I'm not quite done with it, but I found another heartbreaking case that's actually new. I don't watch talk politics. My anxiety is too high as it is, right? Hey, Bella Rose, welcome, welcome, and thank you for coming in. Um, So this case that I'm going to actually talk about tonight is actually a new case, a sad case. It's not a case that's going to end up going anywhere. It's kind of a case that is tragic, and I just kind of want to touch on it, maybe dissect it a little. But this case is basically going to be one that I don't think anybody is ever going to have the answers to. People would like the answers to this crime, but I think the answers went with the mother, as you guys can see. So I ended up finding this case this morning, and it just pulled on my heartstrings. The more I looked into it, a lot of it didn't make sense. I'm kind of wondering, did did was this a case where another person fell through the cracks, where another person didn't speak up in time? Is it that, or is it that it was just a fluke, thing, and everybody is shocked? I don't know. Regardless, this case is tragic. This case is about two 7-year-old twin girls that were murdered in their home by their mother for a murder suicide. The mother ended up killing both the girls and then taking her own life. So we're going to get into that. I'm going to let everybody kind of roll in, and then we will get started. Hey, Charlie girl, Pookie, welcome. Welcome. It's good to see everybody this evening. I'm actually excited to be doing an evening live. I haven't done an evening live in a week, I think it's been. So I'm actually really excited to be here tonight. It's nice, and it's nice to I don't know. For me, anyways, I enjoy talking about cases. So, and obviously, you guys like listening to me do cases. So, I'm really excited to actually be coming live and doing a case instead of just kind of chit chatting. Although I love chit chatting with you guys, I do like diving into a case. So, let me see. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. Maybe I'll read it from my phone. That way I can watch chat. Because if I open any more screens, my computer is going to be like, no, can't open any more screens. Because I want to be able to screen share with you guys too. So I have a couple of these sites open waiting. So I can share with you guys and we can kind of dissect. Um, all of it. Hey, Carla. No, actually, you're not that late. I've only been live like 6 minutes. Oh, I didn't see Brian St. John. No, there he is. Hey, Brian. Of course, my dogs know I'm live, so now the fun begins. They're chasing the cat, so don't mind the background noise, guys. Sorry about it. Go figure. That's what happens when you go live, right? When you're not making a video where you can edit out the extra noise, this is live for you guys. Hey, Turquoise. All right, guys. Why don't we get into it? As my dogs drive me crazy. So, on October 25th, 2020, I'm going to read from a site that I found, and I will link this site into my description at the end. So if you guys want to go in and kind of dissect it more, you'll be able to know. And it gives credit to the people that actually did some work on this case prior to me. That makes it easier for me to go live. So I love to give credit where credit is due. So this is from a truecrimesociety.com. This is where I'm getting this. So, maybe I'll read you guys this one after I read you the initial story. So, here we go. Michelle Boudreau Deegan was a 55-year-old psychologist who shot and killed her 7-year-old twin daughters. This incident took place on October 23rd, 2020. Police arrived at the scene at 1:15 p.m. Saturday after receiving a 911 call from a roommate at a multiple level residence. And police described the home as a multi-level residence. The deputies found the mother and the twin daughters dead in an upstairs bedroom. According to authorities, Deegan was involved in a custody dispute involving her daughters at the time of her death. Furthermore, the custody dispute over the children appeared to be the primary motive behind the killings. Michelle, she was a psychologist who offered skills for couples, families, and children, and she described herself as providing mental health counseling for adolescents, individuals, and couples. Deegan is a licensed mental health counselor and a national board certified counselor and has been in the mental health professional in West Virginia State since 1990. Furthermore, she was also a Washington State certified for the following specialties: child mental health, ethic mental health, and Gotham mental couples therapy. I don't know what Gotham is. It's GOTTMAN method. Never heard of it. She has a bachelor degree. Let's see. So she was involved in a custody dispute at the time of her daughter's murders. According to reports, she had shot and killed her 7-year-old twin daughters on October 23rd and then turned the gun on herself. During the time of the death, she was involved in a custody dispute involving the daughters and appeared to be the primary motive for the killing, as we said. So basically, from what I've gathered, they are also saying that when she had drugged the children, they did a autopsy results on the children, and they were found to have a very high sedatives in their system. So they believe now, some believe that she did it because she loved her children and she didn't want her children to suffer. Other people are saying the reason why she did it is because she didn't want them to fight, being 7 years old. Now, from what I've gathered through my reports, the whole reason for this murder suicide is because she had gone to court 4 days prior to this case, and she ended up having to share custody of the girls. She she had said that she was in domestic violence with him, that he was a narcissist, that she did not trust her children with them. But in reports that I've been reading, people have also said that she had mental health, that she was the one with the mental health. Now, when I look for the husband or the girl's father, there isn't much. I did find a picture of him with his daughters. Still don't really know his name, so I haven't figured that out. But a lot of people are saying that she was mentally unstable. So let me look for that part of the story. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta find it because I have so much stuff open. Bear with me, guys. I think it is maybe this one. Okay, a mother killed her twin daughters while they were sleeping before shooting herself Friday night. In the Whatcom County Sheriff's Office said. Deputies responded around 1:15 Saturday to do a welfare check on the home in Sudden Valley. A roommate in the multiple level house said they found that he had found his landlord and her two children dead upstairs. Detectives determined that the mother shot her twin girls while they were sleeping, then shot herself. Um, they said right now, people said right now, I'm really shocked. I can't believe this happened, a neighbor said. The sheriff's office believed the crime happened Friday night. An initial investigation found that Deegan was in a custody dispute over the girls, which detectives believed was the motive of the incident. It's a real tragic situation that we're still investigating, trying to get more information on what might have been the motive, someone to do something this horrific. On Thursday, the sheriff's office released new details on the investigation, saying authorities ruled out any involvement from Deegan's estranged husband and that the evidence at the scene clearly points to Michelle as the only suspect in the death of her two daughters. A handgun was recovered from the possession of Miss Boudreau and was consistent with the murder of the children in her own death. It went on to say that autopsy results showed the children had been given a large amount of sedatives, which probably rendered them incoherent at the time of the incident. Investigators said evidence from the scene also indicated that Deegan planned the killings and her own death over several days. She clearly stated her suicidal intentions and that she would never leave her daughters alone without her. Investigators said joint custody of the girls was awarded to Deegan and her husband on October 20th, and that it appears that it was led Deegan to take her own life and that of her children. Michelle worked as a psychotherapist and recently posted on Facebook about narcissistic parents. Um, Neighbors said the girls were rarely seen outside. A person who knows the family situation said people were looking out for the girls and even alerted child welfare. The girl's mother, the person said, was very troubled. So, this is what I'm gathering. I'm gathering that there was something going on with the mom, whether it was stress from the divorce, whether she had her own mental health issues. It's pretty bad when she's a psychologist herself, and she should know what to do to get help to not feel the way she was feeling. Um, and it seems like people were concerned for the children because they weren't seen. They felt that the mother was very troubled, but they reported DCF a little too late. So I also went searching, and this is where I'm going to get into this part because this is a little bit more in depth. This is the website that I found that I was going to start with, but I figured I'd give you guys the background before I dived into this so you guys were not confused. So, on October 25th, 2020, one of our administrators was sent a message regarding a possible murder-suicide in Whatcom County, Washington. The message said that a woman named Michelle had allegedly killed her two daughters in a murder-suicide. There was no media about this case that had been released at the time, apart from this. And I will show you all of these. She has a Facebook of her own. She has a business Facebook, which I will be showing you guys. I do have that. You can see Michelle's personal Facebook account. She has many photos of her twin daughters on her page. And in the last few days of her life, she made many, many posts about narcissistic parents. So it was on the 23rd, that Saturday, when they determined that they thought she killed her children in the middle of the night at 9:49 p.m. Now you think 7 years old, they're probably asleep. This was probably really close to when this tragedy ended up happening. Michelle had posted a post that says narcissistic parents are literally incapable of loving their children. The message told us that Michelle and her ex-husband had been going through a messy court battle and that her ex wanted full custody of the girls. Michelle prompted herself as a psychologist. You can see her business site, Rising Sun Psychotherapy, which we will get to. You can view, she also has an Instagram. Instagram, there wasn't much in there. There was one Instagram post that people found a little weird, and it said, focus more on who your child is than on what your child does. Remember, you're a growing person, not fixing a problem. So information about Michelle's past started emerging. She had many names in the past, likely from former marriages, common law relationships. A group member also found that Michelle was marketing herself as a psychologist when she was really only licensed to be a mental health counselor. She had also been put on probation in 2011 and had received many negative reviews regarding her practice. Now, when you look at the reviews of her practice, this is what one review had said about her. Don't waste your money and time. I waited online for her to show up to the appointment. She never did. 30 minutes in one 30 minutes in one texted her and sent her an email. I received a text back 2 hours after the scheduled appointment. At this point, I'm already frustrated. But we both chalked it up to online difficulties. I clicked on the online appointment link early to figure out any technical difficulties. At 12:05 hits and I'm worried that she forgot. I called her and was sent straight to voicemail. Then I sent her a text asking if I got the link right. I received an automatic text back saying she was busy with either work or kids. At this point, I'm literally in tears because even my therapist cannot help me. She texted me back an hour after the appointment with no explanation as to why she did not show up. She failed to communicate that we had reoccurred meetings. She charged me $90 for missing the next appointment when she hadn't shown up to the first two. She's a scammer. So that's just one. So then another one wrote, 20 minutes late to her first appointment and then spent the next 10 minutes vacuuming her office. Same day cancellation on the next two appointments. Contacted me on 2 separate occasions with correspondence and information meant for other clients. Completely unprofessional and unreliable. So this woman seems like she was really, really out of sorts. Like she was scamming. She was actually only licensed to be a counselor, but she was telling everybody she was a psychotherapist. So let me do some screen sharing with you guys for a second. Let me see. I want to do some screen sharing with you guys, and then we will dissect this. I know, isn't that crazy? So I'm wondering if the husband should have got custody regardless of these girls. So let's look at her work. Is this her work one? No, this one's her work one. Let's look at her work Facebook. So let me make sure you guys can see it. Did I freeze? Don't freeze on me, please. All right, let me make this big screen. All right, let me go back. So this is her. Let me close that. This is her work. Rising Sun Psychotherapy, Dr. Michelle Boudreau. Now, mind you, she's not a psychotherapist. She's only a counselor. So what I found interesting is not only did she post this narcissistic stuff on her own Facebook, she posted this stuff on her actual work Facebook. So if you guys look, this is October 23rd at 9:48 p.m., the night of the murders and the suicide. She posted, narcissistic parents are literally incapable of loving their children. She then posted again on October 23rd at 9:47. 7 ways convert narcissistic parents groom children for abuse. Okay? Then October 23rd at 9:46 again, she posted narcissistic parents, psychological effects on their children. And then on October 23rd at 8 o'clock in the morning, she wrote the impact of growing up with a narcissistic parent. October 23rd at 8:10 in the morning, narcissistic parenting, a setup for suicide. On at 8:09 a.m. Now this is all on her work Facebook, mind you guys. Don't forget, this is not her personal Facebook. This is her work Facebook. Suicide, impact of narcissistic abuse and recovery from it. Again, on October 23rd at 8:06 in the morning. Depression and suicidal thoughts caused by narcissistic relationships. October 23rd at 8:06. Narcissistic abuse and complex post-traumatic stress disorder. And the list goes on. Here she is again. Love shouldn't hurt. Narcissistic abuse is the domestic violence. Why survivors of malignant narcissists don't get the justice they deserve. This was the same day, the day of the murders at 8:02 a.m. Now, like I said, this goes on and on and on. Here's another one. Abuse forever, another one. This, and then it was juggling the Jenkins. If anxiety was brutally honest, this was the day before. Now, if you read her description, it's pretty interesting to me because this woman knew exactly what to do to not take her life or her children's life. I truly believe that. I work from an empowerment model. My goal is to teach clients new ways of perceiving their problems, healthy coping behaviors for responding to their problems, a healthy attitude, and communication skills for working with their families, partners, or work environment so they can make changes in their own life. Like, it's unbelievable that she knew everything. So let me stop this and look at chat for a second. See what it sounds to me. It's breadcrumbs to excusing why she did it by saying that children would not have benefited from a narcissistic parent, meaning the father. Clearly, it means her. I agree. I think she was. It's a lot. It's a rabbit hole for days. Absolutely. Hey, niece, it is a rabbit hole for days. So let me screen share again, and I'm going to show you her personal Facebook. Now, mind you, this is a public Facebook. I'm not breaking in. I'm not doing anything. She has made her Facebook public. So nobody freak out thinking I'm doing something I'm not supposed to. Now, they said that she had many names. Well, obviously she does, because here is yet another name. So let's look at some photos, shall we? Let me just make sure I'm on big screen again. I am. Okay. Where am I? I'm over here. So I found this interesting because she has a lot of memes. Women belong in all places where decisions are being made. What would you be if you weren't a human? Wearing a face mask. That's for now. This is her. This is the mother. This is Michelle. She is 55 years old, and the twins, here she is in a better picture. Let me actually get out of here and actually find you some pictures of the twins. Here we go. Here are the beautiful girls. Some people say she loved her children. But I'm starting to wonder if really if the father wasn't a narcissist, if she was. Here's the twins again. And I wanted to show you her timeline. So let's go to that. Now, here's her timeline. Now, this is her personal Facebook. She posted the same exact post on her page as she did her work page. She didn't do as many on this one as she did her work. For her birthday this year, she's asking for donations to domestic violence and sexual assault services. I've chosen this nonprofit because their mission means a lot to me, and I hope you will consider contributing as a way to celebrate with me. Every little bit will help reach my goal. I've included information about domestic violence and sexual assault. So, do you guys, we have to do some more digging, and we definitely will be. I want to dig more, but do you guys believe that the father was actually... Oh, that's what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you guys the picture of the father. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I got to open up that site. Let me open that because... And then we can go over, she had, was it forgery charges, Samara, that she had? We can go over those too. Give me 1 second, guys. Go to screen share. Okay. So these are where the court papers are in here, that I will be getting to in a moment. We're going to figure out what these court papers were. But here it is. This is the picture of the father with the twins. And it says right under here, the twins and their father. Now, another sad thing about this case is that they are trying to home her pets right now. She had 4. Does anyone have any room in their home and hearts to take 2 giant brothers, Mastiffus mixes, neutered, sweet as pie, love kids beyond anything, dog friendly? They must be so terribly confused and devastated. There are also 1 Pyrenees mix and 1 Shepherd mix that lived with the brothers. I'm trying to figure out what rescue they are from, why we work to get the boys out of AH, whatever AH is. Not sure what AH is. So they also have dogs. Now here is, I also had found the obituary for the girls. So the twin girls' names are Katie and Mary. And Mary is spelled Mairy. So it says here in the obituary, twin sisters Katie and Mary Deegan were born together on February 7th, 2013 in Bellingham and passed away together at the home in Bellingham on October 24th, 2020. Katie and Mary's smile brightens everyone's day as they brought constant ray of sunshine to their beloved Bellingham. Their giggles and their sisterly love will forever be embedded in our hearts and memories. The girls will always be together in God's care. Just as they entered this world as miracle babies, their mother Michelle and their grandfather James have both passed away. They are survived by their father, Scott Deegan, and his family, grandmother Helen, uncles Jim and Glenn, aunts Maureen and Jackie, Michelle's family, blah, blah, blah. They were having their services on Friday, October 30th. So that's what we got so far. So let me stop and actually see what you guys say. Yeah, but state of Washington, 4 dogs needing a good home. And I can only imagine what those dogs saw that night. I can only imagine what they saw that night. Hey, the Big Lebowski, how are you? It is so sad. It is very sad. But I have a feeling people are going to try to twist and dissect this case to put the blame on the father. I think, in my opinion, I feel like she preset this up. Like, she knew what she was doing. She got the sedatives to sedate these girls. She had the gun. She planned everything. And I think by her posting these posts, because what the friend said is prior to the night before the killing, and she barely posted on Facebook. She barely wrote on Facebook. And then the night before, she did 12 narcissistic posts. 12. I have a feeling that she wanted the world. She knew this was going to come out and be public. And I think she wanted the world to blame the father. I think she wanted the world to feel like he was a horrible man and she did this because she needed to, because her kids' lives would have been ruined if they saw her dad. And that's how, in my opinion, that's how I feel. Now, do you guys feel that way? Or do you honestly think that the father was narcissistic? I mean, I don't know. Maybe the father was narcissistic. Now, let's get back into, let me read. I can't remember. Did Samara answer that question? Um, was it for, forgery? You're angry with the courts? Yes. Especially if she had mental health. If she had mental health issues, why wasn't anybody speaking up knowing that they were going through a custody dispute? Austin James, good evening. It's wonderful to see you too. I'm so glad you're here. It's always a joy to see you. So, why didn't anybody report that if they thought she was mentally ill? And that's where I kind of switch back. Because why didn't anybody report it? They say somebody made a CPS report due to being worried about the girls. But I want to know when the CPS report was done. I'm interested. I want to say what I read was 4 days prior to the murders. That it was because she was marketing herself as a psychologist when she was only a counselor. Correct. That's what it was. Yes. So basically, she was online lying to people. Also, sorry about the dings. I don't know what that is, and I can't shut it off because I don't know what it is. So like I said, I don't see this case, obviously it's not a case that's going to go anywhere. It's a murder suicide. I mean, it's kind of a shut case, but at the same time, I think that again, the justice system has let down another family. Another A lot of people has said today it reminds them of Andrea Yates. Now, mind you, Andrea Yates had just had a baby and was had post traumatic not post traumatic what's the word I'm looking for, guys? When you just have a baby. I can't think of the name, but I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I just can't think of the name right now. But she had that, and she had had babies back to back to back. Now, this woman was 55 years old with 7-year-old twins. Yeah, kind of like baby blues, right? But if she was in court for lying about her job, people were worried because they never saw the kids. People are now speaking out saying that she was not right. There was something mentally wrong with her. Who failed her? Did the courts fail her? Did her friends and her family fail her? I mean, post traumatic, post, yes, that's it. Thank you. Postpartum. Yes, that's it. Thank you guys. I knew you guys would come through. I mean, I really just don't know. I mean, somebody failed somewhere. I mean, she failed all the way around. I mean, she took her children out of this world because she didn't want them to be by herself. But, like, I just have a hard time because this woman knew what to do to get help. Obviously, she didn't want to get help. Or was she really that mentally ill that she didn't even realize she needed to get help? Why didn't the ex-husband fight more if he thought, why did he share custody? I mean, there's just so many rabbit holes that we could go into on this case. And I think I'm going to dive a little bit more because I think there's going to be more that comes out because this is a fresh case. They're still investigating this case. Yes, they have declared it a murder suicide. Yes, they have declared that these children were sedated before they were tragically murdered. But I think we're going to get more from this case. I really do. So we definitely will be digging into this case more. Now, as you guys know, I was talking about another case that I was planning on doing tonight. I thought about maybe I could touch on this case and then I could touch a little on the case that I've been researching and maybe do like a part 1, part 2. Or do you guys think that we should just kind of talk about this case and then chit chat and end it? Or would you like to at least start hearing the case that I have? If you want to continue hearing of more cases and want me to start the other case, put a 1 in the chat. If you think that we should just wait and do it all together on one night and we should just chit chat about this case, put a 2. Again, doctors and nurses make the worst patients. Yes, they do. They think they can handle things on their own. But she was lying so much about being a doctor, so she had an image to uphold. I agree. I agree. And I think she was hell bent on proving, I think she was hell bent on proving that the husband was some kind of narcissist because that's all she talked about. In that every news report that you talked to, all her friends said that's all she talked about. is that she did not want her husband having any of these children. Now, did I hear there was a domestic violence order? I did. I have not been able to find one. So I don't know if she was in a domestic violence survivor or not. I have heard from other channels that have spoke on this case today. I have heard people, in comment sections saying there was, but I have not found one. And I dug all day today and I could not find one. She wanted to look good and make him look bad as she could. I agree. I really think that's what she wanted to do. She wants it known that, yeah, I might have killed my children, but I think in her mind, she felt like she was protecting her children. Or do you think that she was just being selfish? Some people, I don't know. I think she needed serious help, and I feel like somebody dropped the ball. I just don't know where, but somebody dropped the ball. Family members, court, obviously, because I don't know about this state, but I know when you get a divorce and you have young children, when you go to get a divorce, now mark me if I'm wrong, I've never been divorced, but I have heard this. If you go and get a divorce and you have children under the age of 18, before you can get divorced, you have to go to co-parenting classes together. You have to do so many hours of co-parenting classes together so you guys can learn to co-parent while going through a divorce. Now, is that in every state? I know for Mass, that is a rule. Aw, thank you, Austin James. You know how to make a girl blush. You're so sweet. You know how to make me blush. Hey, honey hush. Oh, you didn't know I was live? A lot of people have been saying that lately, and I don't know how to fix it. A lot of people are saying they're not getting my notifications. And they've unsubbed, resubbed. A lot of people, what you do is you unsub me, resub me, unclick the bell, and re-click the bell. And majority of the time it works, but a lot of people says it hasn't been helping. It's not mandatory. It should be. I don't think it's that way here. See, it's mandatory in Mass. If you have children under the age of 18, you have to do those parenting classes. It's part of the divorce. You have to do them. Because they want to make sure that you guys can co-parent and not bring your children into this nasty custody fight. So in Mass, but it should be mandatory in every state, I believe. In my opinion, I think it would make it easier on the children, and it gives the parents some coping mechanism, because in my theory, if you're getting divorced, it's because it's come to an end. But at one point in time, you loved each other. You loved each other enough to get married. You loved each other enough to make babies. You might have fell out of love for each other. You might despise each other. But at the end of the day, most of the time, both parents want what's best for their children. Most parents don't want to put their children through that. So they will do everything they can to make it easy on the children. It's a great idea. I'm sure a divorce is very hard on the children. Absolutely. It has to be. And I have a feeling that she was fighting tooth and nail for this father not to see those girls. And I'm curious if the girls wanted to see their dad. They were old enough where they're smart enough and old enough at 7 to say whether they wanted to see their dad or not. I'm curious. I'm curious if they wanted to see their dad. I mean, saw cases where, I mean, we're going through a case right now. I mean, come on, guys. We can't forget about the Sophie Long case. That's another case that, yes, Sophie is still here, and thankfully, but there's a lot of accusations going around about that Sophie case. Whether was it true? Did the father make it all up? Did the father brainwash Sophie? Or did it really happen? And the videos that we saw seemed accurate. And it's all over custody and divorce. Now here we are again over custody and divorce, and 2 7-year-old children are dead. 2 twin girls are dead. So we're missing something here. There's got to be something that the court system is doing wrong. These children shouldn't be hurt because their parents decide not to love each other anymore. There's got to be something that people can do to keep these children safe. It's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to watch 2 cases now that dealt with divorce in custody and have such tragic outcomes. If the Sophie Long case is true or if it isn't, either way, Sophie's going to have years of counseling. Either way it turns out. I've decided that I'm going to kind of stay away from the Sophie case. I did come out in the beginning on the Sophie case, but I feel like the judge kind of wants it hush hush for the sake of the children, and I'm going to do my part. I think that Sophie's been exploited enough, and the outcome is going to be the outcome, and I'm just going to wait for the outcome instead of throwing out my thoughts and feelings on it, because it's a really confusing case now. Because at first I was dead set when I saw that video. To me, that video felt so real and like it really, really happened. And now so much stuff has come out, it makes you wonder. I don't know. And that could a lot of people might disagree with me. A lot of people might eat me alive for that comment, but it's true. I can honestly say I had to step away from that case just because I don't want to be part of it and it be wrong. If you know what I mean. I don't know. You are so right, Mandy. Another rabbit hole in regards to the outdated law. Wow, what, Carla? So yeah. So this I mean, all we can do is pray and you know, the Sophie Long case. Is that what's wow? That one's just a tough case for me. And that's why I just choose not to be do I want the best for Sophie? Absolutely, I want the best for Sophie. And whatever the best is, I hope that she gets it and she deserves justice. No matter what the justice is, she deserves it. I just, it's a tough case. It's a tough case to know. Either way, the only side I'm on is Sophie's side. But we all know when you discuss this case, it doesn't end up just being about Sophie. It ends up being about the mother and the father. And I feel like both parents really need counseling and they need to learn to, figure out how, they were parents for so long and they worked as a team for so long. I think they need to learn to do that again. I wonder if the mother was on any kind of medication. Honey Hush, I looked, but they have not released that. Now you gotta remember this case is only a little over a week old. A little over a week old. So um I think more and more is gonna come out. But I am curious too to see, did she get counseling for herself? Was she on medication? Or was she the type of parent that was completely fine? Did Carla end up answering me on Wow? No? I'm kind of curious what she's saying wow about. Hmm. But I couldn't find anything about her having any mental health issues prior. I couldn't find anything that indicated that she was on medication, that she did counseling, anything. The only thing I could find is that she was pretty much, they said that she was unstable, that they didn't see the children very much, and that like neighbors and stuff, the kids weren't outside, they didn't go outside. Somebody called CPS because they were concerned about the children's welfare. Obviously CPS didn't get there in time. Um, and everything else was just about her talking about the father being a narcissist, but nothing about her background, which I'm interested in. I wonder if she ever had mental health help or issues prior to this. I'm sure the family members will do an interview and maybe get answers that way. Maybe. Let's hope. It would be just it would just be for crime people like me. I'm a crime person. And yeah, it is invasion of privacy, and a lot of families don't like to air out their family's dirty laundry and stuff. But as a crime person, I kind of hope that they do. Her name was Michelle Boudreau. Um, what was the last name? Michelle Deegan. Deegan. I'm going to post the links in the description after I'm done. So it's Michelle Boudreau, Boudreau, Deegan, Deegan. Um, on I'm going to link the descriptions down below when I'm done with my live for all the sites that I looked into. The one that I found the most interesting was the true crime one. That's the one that had all her. Let me actually put it in the chat and you guys could click on it. Hold on. Let me put it in the chat. Michelle is with one L. Yes. Thank you. Let me copy this link. Hold on, guys. I'm coming. This one had like all the where she went to court for being in trouble for lying about her job and stuff. This one had the pictures with the father and stuff. So this one's a really good site. Stuff. This one had, hold on. I'm gonna paste it for you guys right now. If you click on that link, Honey Hush, that one will lead you to all the other rabbit holes. Make sure you love and appreciate by. Aw, thank you, Mandy. Squirrels with shiny things. Don't get lost chasing the squirrels down the rabbit hole. Yes. Because that link will definitely bring you to many more links and many more rabbit holes. And then the next thing you know, you're on Instagram and you're on Facebook and she's got multiple names. That's the other thing, and I think that's going to be the other hardest part on figuring out her background is because she's had many last names. Now, people were saying, is it because she was married? Because she had partners? Or was there more to it? Was she hiding her identity? Was she changing her name all the time? That hasn't come out yet. It will be interesting. Oh, you're welcome, Mandy. I'm glad I can do the research, and I'm glad that I can come live with cases with you guys. I love doing it. It is a lot of work, but I enjoy doing it. And sometimes the rabbit holes are really fun. You really get lost. Yes, Samara is a secret agent. She is. Mandy's on it too. Yes. So, I'm thinking, what's tomorrow? Thursday? I think Friday. Friday evening, I'm going to go live with the Jerry Michael Williams case. Now, it's um a lot of people didn't know his name was Jerry. Even in the news, they used his middle name as Michael Williams. I will be going live with that case on Friday, Friday evening. I got a little bit more research to do on that. That will give me tomorrow to finish that all out for you guys, because that's another rabbit hole, because that case was solved, but it wasn't solved till like 6 years later. So there's many avenues of rabbit holes to get you guys the most accurate about that case. But I will be going live about that case on Friday. So watch probably around the same time, probably 7:30, because I think, oh no, Fridays nobody goes live. So yeah, probably 7, 8 o'clock. I have not, Mandy. I have not gotten it. I'm so sad about it. And I couldn't find your live to watch how you made it so pretty, because you couldn't remember your live. Mandy, I'm a member of hers. So when you're a member, when you're in a certain tier, she'll make you your own little like welcome card, and she designs it herself and puts so much thought into it. And she made me this beautiful card with a moon and everything, and I've been waiting for it, and it has not come in. The mail has lost it on me, and I'm very sad. So everybody keep your fingers crossed that Mandy's card to me comes in soon. When did you mail it out, Mandy? It's been a while, hasn't it? I know, I'm so upset too. I look every day. I'm like, maybe today, because I had sent a post. I sent mail to my friend down in Florida, and she never got it. I even paid for the tracking on it. So I paid the extra money for the tracking. So the tracking don't work either, because I paid the extra money for the tracking, right? And all of a sudden I'm watching the tracking, and I'm watching the tracking, and all of a sudden it stops in New York. That was the last place it was tracked, was in New York. She never got it. It doesn't show it leaving New York. So I'm checking it, and I'm checking it, and it's still not leaving New York. Finally, we gave up. We were like, okay, obviously the mail's gone. It's lost. We're never going to find it. I'm sorry. I'll get you a new one and send you a new one, whatever. All of a sudden, 3 months later, she messages me. Oh my God, Jenna, you're not going to believe what just came in the mail. And she takes a picture. Yeah, we checked the tracking, and it stopped in New York. It didn't track after New York. And so 3 months later, she finally gets it. And on it, yes, 3 months later, she gets it. And on the package is a note. And it says, "So sorry, we lost your package. It was hiding in a crate." That's what we got. Sorry. And the package was completely destroyed. Like, the whole thing was destroyed. Like, shoe prints on everything. So I don't know how it was stuck in a crate, but that's what it said. Was 3 months later we got it. So I even paid for the tracking, and it still didn't get to her on time. Hey, Samantha. Hi, Jenna. And chat. I'm driving, but did you hear about the murder in Livingworth? Oh, wait. Where the father murdered the two sons. He and their mother were going through a divorce. No. Was it destroyed real bad? Yeah. The package was. Um, what I sent her wasn't. It wasn't destroyed, thankfully, because it wasn't anything that it was like a postcard type thing, kinda. So that wasn't destroyed, but the whole packaging outside was destroyed. I have not heard that case. Samantha, if you would, if you want, or when you get time, if you want to go into my about section, is my email. If you want to email me the link on that story, I'll definitely look into it. The UPS workers is scandalous, right? Scandalous. No, they did not give me the tracking number back and money back. Nope. I did like priority 3 days and you get the tracking number on your receipt. They never even gave me the tracking money back. No. Will you send her another package? Oh, I'm sure I will. Eventually. But anyways, so guys, that's it for the evening. I hope you enjoyed my crime for the night. Um it's a very sad case. I thank you guys for all being in here. The envelope with Michelle, another member's card in it, came back to me due to unable to deliver due to an address missing. They ripped the envelope in half. I only got half the card in the envelope back. See? That is so not okay. Thank you, Jules. I appreciate that. Like, they destroyed what you made. I would make them pay for it. I mean, post office is horrible. The murder happened about 2 weeks ago. It's about the same time this happened a week ago. This crime that I've been talking about. So that's crazy. I'll have to look into it. And hopefully I can find it. But if you do have a link, just email me, Samantha, and I'll look into it. Thank you for your time and talent. Thank you, Cypress. Thank you guys. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Samara. Thank you, Charlie Girl says. You guys have all been great. I'm so glad you guys have been here to support me. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If you could hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, either one doesn't bother me. I like them both. I hope everybody stays healthy, stays happy, and stay you. And I will see you guys all on Friday. Austin! Thank you for being here. I love the time I spend with you all. Stay safe and come back. I will be back, Austin, and I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow morning. Same bat time, same bat place. Everybody have a good rest of your night and have a good rest of your week. And I'll see you guys Thursday evening. Love you all. Ciao. Bye.